This one's wife. The kids will not feel at home in the United Kingdom. Harry is at the moment involved, or at least his legal representation are doing so on his behalf, in a court case against the UK government revolving around his security needs. Lucy Bannerman reports in The Times, the Duke of Sussex believes his children cannot feel at home in the United Kingdom if it is not possible to keep them safe there, the High Court has heard. Prince Harry is pursuing a legal challenge against the Home Office over his security protection when visiting the United Kingdom. He believes he is being less favourably treated than other VIPs and wants to overturn a ruling by which his security status was downgraded after he stopped being a working royal. In a witness statement read by his barrister on Thursday, Harry said that the present arrangement left him feeling that his children will not be safe when they are on UK soil. Now, pausing there, when are they on UK soil? They never go anywhere. This one's wife and Harry have been to Portugal, they've been to the Caribbean, they've been to Dusseldorf. Harry's popped to Britain a couple of times. But where have the children been? Presumably left in Monty's shit show with the nannies. Maybe Doria Ragland. So to suggest that they wouldn't be safe and not feel at home, they probably wouldn't feel at home because they have no connection whatsoever with the United Kingdom, because other than having visited once or twice in the past, they haven't been recently. They would feel no connection with the United Kingdom because this one's wife has successfully ostracised them from their relatives, from their grandparents, from their uncles and aunties and cousins. That's probably more to do with why the children wouldn't feel at home. And of course, we know that that's all been driven by the necessity of this one's wife's narcissism to enable her to keep control over Harry by keeping him apart from what she perceives as malign influences towards him. By repeatedly telling him that his family doesn't have his best interests at heart, it makes it easier for her to control him by separating him from them. And no more effective way of doing so is than to remove somebody from their home country and transplant them thousands of miles to a different country indeed. Somewhere where their family cannot be. Somewhere where their family will not visit. The collateral consequence of this, of course, is that the children fail to have any form of meaningful relationship with their relatives. This one's wife doesn't care about that because she has no emotional empathy for those children. This one's wife claims to be a good mother, but of course is unable to register, because of the blinding effect of her narcissism, that the ostracization of her children from the relatives that would want to have a meaningful relationship with them is detrimental to those children. Instead, rather than recognise what it is that is preventing them from feeling at home, i.e. the behaviour of this one's wife, Harry, stupid, dim-witted and duped, continues to maintain, they wouldn't feel at home because of the security. Children don't even recognise the security. Children recognise things such as the toys that they're going to play with, the environment that they're in, and the people that they are with. In a witness statement read by his barrister on Thursday, Harry said that the present arrangement left him feeling that his children will not be safe when they are on UK soil. He also claimed that he and his wife had been forced to leave the country in 2020, which strikes me as another revision of history. Nobody forced them out. They chose to run away. She did principally because her narcissism essentially said this: you're no longer able to assert control over the royal family, over the media, over the people directly. They keep challenging you again and again and again. We know the reason why that was, but she can't recognise it. She was no longer able to do so indirectly as well, and therefore her narcissism simply said, the way that you can assert control over all of these people is by withdrawal, and therefore it convinced her that it would be appropriate to leave, claiming that they had been bullied out of the country, that they had been forced to leave. And now, Harry, because he demonstrates that sense of entitlement with regard to money, is running this argument in order to try and get the security costs paid, furthermore, driven by his wife because of her greed for the residual benefit. At a hearing in London, Shahid Fatima, KC, the Duke's barrister, said that Harry did not accept it was a choice for him to stop being a full-time working member of the royal family, which of course we all know it was a choice. You're either in or you're out. The choice was offered. Of course, playing to the victimhood that's been instilled in him by his wife, the claim was, we didn't have a choice, we had to leave, and now you're denying us our security. In his statement, the Duke said, "It was with great sadness for both of us that my wife and I felt forced, victimhood, blame-shifting, to step back from this role and leave the country in 2020. The UK is my home. The UK is central to the heritage of my children, and a place I want them to feel at home as much as where they live at the moment in the US. Well, you're not doing a lot to support that, are you fuckwit? That cannot happen if it's not possible to keep them safe when they are on UK soil." This is just a load of nonsense, suggesting that it's security issues that are keeping them away is typical of the Sussex blame shifting. The reason that they don't visit is because this one's wife's narcissism perceives that it'll be too difficult for her to maintain control, and therefore she stays in withdrawal in order to maintain that control and utilises the children as a means to take potshots at the royal family by essentially saying, "You're not seeing them." Yet Harry continues by stating, "I cannot put my wife in danger like that, and given my experiences in life, I am reluctant to unnecessarily put myself in harm's way too." Well, perhaps it might have been a good idea if you kept your mouth shut about how many Taliban you'd shot and that they were just chess pieces that were to be moved off the chess board. Harry faces a wait for a judge's ruling after the 2.5-day hearing concluded at the Royal Courts of Justice. His legal battle with the Home Office is one of 5 High Court claims the Duke is involved in, including extensive litigation against newspaper publishers. Most of this week's hearing has been held in private, as it has been dealing with sensitive matters of security. The Home Office maintains that Harry's security is decided on a case-by-case basis. It says there will still be publicly funded police security for him, but these will be bespoke arrangements specifically tailored to him, rather than the automatic security provided for full-time working royals. However, the Duke argues that he should not be treated differently to other VIPs who receive specialist police protection. Opening the case on Tuesday, Fatima said the risk Harry faced arises from his birth and ongoing status as the son of His Majesty the King. This case is about the right to safety and security, she said. There could not be a right of greater importance to any of us. The article then just talks about some of the legal arguments which aren't relevant, but it shows once again the way that the Sussexes will exploit their children by saying, "Think of the children. They don't feel safe, and that's why I want this security. They won't feel at home." When in actual fact, it's patently clear to anybody else that the reason they wouldn't feel at home in the United Kingdom is that they've hardly spent any time there, and they have never been allowed to get to know their relatives. And we all know why that is. It's because of the behaviour of this one's wife. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.